news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Let's head over into the drone newsosphere. Ladies and gentlemen, the news with Jeff Sills. What's happening, buddy?
Well, hey, hopefully I've got some stuff that'll cheer you up.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
I got good stuff.
Good.
Unfortunately, the first one's sort of a downer. So on May 12th, in the Bolsa Chica Ecological Reserve, a drone has now been responsible for potentially killing or wiping out an entire generation of seabirds.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Apparently, there was a drone that crashed in the reserve near what they call elegant terns. And there's like 3,000 of them in the area. And when the drone crashed, it forced all of the terns to take off and leave behind up to 1,500 to 2,000 eggs.
Oh.
And now they're not viable anymore. This is the largest egg abandonment that scientists in the area can recall. This is going to have a huge ecological impact on this because that particular area is a nature reserve. When COVID hit, people started going outdoors. They had a problem with bicyclists and people, getting off the trails and going into sensitive areas and stuff like that. And in this particular case, somebody thought it'd be a great idea to fly their drone over there and crashed into it. And these birds fly 100 miles to find a safe place to nest, and they sit there and they forage and they breed there. And so they're still going to take some time to assess the overall impact on this, but pretty much an entire generation of these birds is wiped out because one guy crashed a drone.
By the way, is this the birds? Is this how they do it? Is that what's going on here? Are these birds making the love? Is that what they're doing?
I don't know. I'm not really a bird.
And another thing.
Don't you dare.
No. No. It's not what you think. I do a morning show on the radio, and so my morning show muscle on a very male station is saying, "Say this, Ken. Say this." And my Thursday Night Live, a kid might be watching is like, "Don't you do it."
Mm-hmm.
Guess who won? I'm gonna say it anyway. You said that was the largest egg abandonment.
Yes.
Well, me and my girlfriend would celebrate an egg abandonment once a month. Thank you. Don't Google it, kids. I'm here all week. All right. Back to you in the newsroom. Yeah. Oh, that's science right there.
All right. So next in the news, Pegasus Drones is made by Robotic Research. They specialize in a variety of autonomous and robotic solutions. This is their latest drone.
Oh. Well, whoa, it's doing all kinds of... What is it doing? It's rolling!
Yeah. This particular drone allows you to fly the drone, and then it transforms and becomes something that you can drive.
So is it a car that flies, or is it a drone that rolls?
It's a drone that rolls, I guess would be probably the best way of describing it. And what's interesting about this is the multiple uses that you could have for this, to be able to drive the drone to a particular location that you couldn't necessarily fly to safely, and then be able to fly in that particular area and then drive back out. It's an interesting dual mode functionality that I'm intrigued. I know it's sort of, different.
It is different. Can you be rolling along with the props going? Because that would be a deterrent unto itself, right? Like if you're a bad guy, and then here comes a drone, it's going to take you out at the knees.
Yeah, I don't know about the whether or not you can drive it with the blades going. I know that they come in 3 different sizes, ranging from 4 to 38 pounds. They have a 20 to 30 minute flight time. Power extends into hours, when it's in the terrestrial mode. So if you're driving it around, it'll last longer versus flying.
Yeah.
And that it can carry the Pegasus 3, the largest version, can carry as much as 10 pounds.
So that's not
a full range of air and land motion.
That's not toddler ready.
Not quite toddler ready, but you could put, say, a machine gun on it.
Ooh, a toddler could ride it and it could roll maybe, but not fly.
Yes. Yeah. Good.
Okay. Toddler tested, mother approved.
So that would be one to be interested or to keep an eye on. All right, so this one I will defer to our UK correspondent. World leaders at the G7 summit were recently entertained by Greenpeace. In Cornwall, UK, they had a Stop the Extinction drone display. And what was really unique about this was that it was a combination of, lights that they would superimpose on a surface, and then the drones would fill in the image as it took off into the sky.
Wow, that's neat.
Very creative use of drones with other sources. And I thought that it was a sort of a new thing. I hadn't seen
that's really
this
cool
done before. Yeah,
man, I gotta see a cluster drone show one of these days.
Yeah,
incredible.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
All right. Lake Mead is in Nevada. This is the lake that is near the Hoover Dam. And there has been a problem over the last year or so of the water levels. They're diminishing. Recently, we got this drone footage of their water level hit the lowest record. The elevation is 1,071, 53 feet. And
you mean
height,
it's low by that many feet?
Yes.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's the elevation is that it's at right now. It's expected to drop even further down to 1,068 feet above sea level, and this then impacts the amount of power that Hoover Dam can create, and they'll lose about 6 milliwatts of capacity when that happens. And of course, Hoover Dam, provides power for L.A. and places in California, et cetera. So the impact of this is pretty heavy. But what's interesting is that the water level loss right there at the dam is so much that you could put the Statue of Liberty in there, and it would fit. That's the distance.
Are they going to do that? I would like to see that.
No, I don't think they're going to do that.
Maybe David Blaine could do that.
Yeah. As for what will correct this, obviously, is just we need a whole lot of rain, and we need to get this this dry spell to end so that Lake Mead can recover.
You know what we need to do? We need to use more hairspray. Melt those polar ice caps. That's what we need to do. That's the problem.
I was thinking cloud seeding, but okay.
Just kidding. No, they're always talking about polar ice caps are melting. Florida's going to go underwater.
We just relax the drone rules in Nevada. Give everybody a drone that disperses the salt. Yeah. And let everybody fly their drones as high as they want to and seed clouds.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Next in the news, we have some footage out of Turkey. And this is covering, I guess, what would be described as an ickiness.
Uh-huh.
They have what they call a sea snot scourge
in
Turkey.
What is sea snot?
It's a slimy, silvery beige substance that has been proliferating in the Sea of Marmara and now covers large parts of the surface of the water and swaths along the shore. The drone shows ports that have been impacted by this and beach fronts that are clogged, and it's named sea snot. It's sort of a gelatinous muck.
Wasn't that a joke in third grade where you go up to your friend and go, "Hey, do you hear about the sea snot?" And your friend goes, "What's sea snot?" And you go all over him and goes, "Sea snot." No, that was just me. Okay.
Yeah, it was just you.
All right, it was just me.
Yeah, so the obvious concerns is that this is going to choke marine life in the area and impact the coral seabeds, et cetera, that help promote life in the sea in there, and this will impact the fisheries, et cetera. So as to what they're going to do to combat this. It doesn't really give me a lot of information about that. But obviously, there's going to be a very direct method to try to tackle this issue. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's the suck job of the year right there. Hey, I just got a job, honey. Doing what? Oh, we're getting rid of the sea snot. Is that something you put on your resume?
Oh yeah, that's something that's a big seller.
2021 for a few months, you were a sea snot removal person. Oh, okay, and you're applying for the babysitter job. All right, please continue, Jeff.
All right, so in Illinois recently there was an explosion at one of the Chemtool factories in Rockton, Illinois. It made the news, as well as provided some very spectacular footage that we got from this drone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the plant is used to make grease and lubricants, and I don't think that they have yet been able to determine what caused the fire because it's going to burn for days. They can't go and just start dumping water on it because the nearby rivers, the runoff will go into the river and that would become a hazard. So they're going to have to let the fire burn itself out and just prevent it from expanding.
What about, hey, maybe sea snot is a fire retardant? we could fix two things. Gather up all the sea snot, right?
Yep.
Ship it on over there, and then just put out that. There we go. Just put it out.
Wouldn't be remotely concerned about the sea snot going into the river nearby.
Say sea snot 5 times real fast, Jeff. Go ahead.
Sea snot, sneeze snot.
Snee snot. Isn't that fun? That's fun. Sean, see if you can do it. Sea snot 5 times real fast. Go.
Sea snot, sea snot, snee snot, sea snot, sea snot.
Snee snot.
Yeah, snee snot it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's the word for the evening.
Yay.
Every time you hear the word snee snot, you get $10. Anyway. All right. So next in the news, this one I thought was really, really cool. Underwater drones have become more and more prolific. And recently, a gentleman near California's Folsom Lake had been testing out his underwater drone, and he may have solved a 56-year-old aviation mystery, because as he was testing the drone in the water, he found a 4-seater airplane that had crashed in the area back in 1965.
Oh.
Yeah. So Folsom Lake's located about 30 minutes outside of Sacramento, and a Piper Comanche 250 aircraft crashed into the lake on New Year's Day in 1965 following a mid-air collision. The pilot's body was recovered, but search crews never found the plane or the 3 people that were in board. And obviously, without any further information, it was, kind of hard for them to complete the investigation.
Right.
So this particular underwater drone found that aircraft, where they believe they found that aircraft. And hopefully, when they get a chance to get some more high-definition footage of it, they'll be able to provide some more information that might solve part of the mystery of that plane crash.
Are there skeletons in there? There were like 2 other people, right?
Well, 3 other people, but I doubt after 1965.
After 56 years? Yeah. I mean, my skeleton at 54 is barely holding up. You're right. Good point. All right.
Yeah. All right. So next in the news, also, drone pilots are preventing the death of Bambi.
Oh, Bambi, good. All right, we got to save Bambi. What's going on there?
All right, so whenever they go and comb fields, agricultural vehicles will cutting hay and stuff like that, and they go through, there's a problem where fawns, deer, the baby deer, will be out in these fields.
Aww.
And the fawns will lay down in the brush, and of course it's impossible for the drivers to see them.
Look at that muffin.
So what they do is they take the drones and they fly over the fields, and they use the drones to be able to locate where the fawns are in the field. Then they will go out and, get the fawns to move or relocate the fawns so that they can safely go and, cultivate the field and not end up killing the deer.
That's wonderful.
And
yes, awesome.
I thought this was really, really good.
You're correct. It's really, really good. As a train goes by my house. That's all right. We'll just embrace it.
Well, Your
look at.
train,
Did
my,
you
my screaming cat.
Did you see that little muffin? Where's it? Let me get that muffin back. I didn't
Little
know.
muffin.
I didn't know baby deer were so freaking cute. Oh my gosh! Look at
Yeah.
that! Look at that little baby in there.
Aw.
Ah. We just ate your mama. She was delicious. We'll eat you in a couple of years. You'll be great. Make great little deer jerky. All right, what's next?
Right about there. We were doing great until there. So in the UK, they have extended the COVID lockdowns, and obviously it's not cool for people to go and have large gatherings. So recently, in the English city of Nottingham, the police used their drones to find a massive illegal street party that was going on. And this had been advertised on social media. Great idea. If you want to have something and not let anybody know that you're doing it, put it out on social media. Unfortunately, the side effect to this is that after the police found this particular thing in the process of trying to shut it down, one of the teenagers there unfortunately got stabbed and was injured. Also, one of the police officers was injured as they tried to treat the victim. So, needless to say, the footage from that gives you an idea of what the police are using their drones for, to be able to locate and help, I guess, get police forces to these locations to try to...
Is it illegal to gather like that?
With the COVID restrictions that they have right now?
It's the amount of people. Yeah, it's the amount of people, basically. So.
Oh, okay. How many people can gather?
I think it's about 30 at the moment. They're expanding it for weddings and things, but it's the last thing. The sort of wearing masks and mass gatherings is the last thing that we have here now.
Okay.
So that and that's been delayed by a few weeks due to the Delta variant, which has been pretty strong.
Okay. Back to you in the newsroom.
All right. So next in the news, as coronavirus cases are on a surge again in China, China has once again led the way by using drones to assist in dealing with the Chinese virus.
Oh, they're using the propellers to spread it all around. They're to push the air around and to make sure everybody gets a molecule, right? No? That's not what they're doing?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, all
right. Basically, they've been carrying out mass testing and using the drones. These are the EHang drones that are heavy lift drones, and they're using these drones to provide aid to get supplies in areas that they need supplies for emergency transportation or for getting medicines, etc. They're also using them for inspections, and in some cases also using them as broadcast methods to broadcast to people that they need to stay in their homes or to avoid, large crowds, etc.
Okay. Well, that's cool, I guess. And great PR for EHang, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
PR for EHang.
I'm sure they're like, yeah, let's get these out here and help the people. And then one of the other people at EHang said, hey, wouldn't that give us some great PR? And he's like, you know what? Hadn't thought of that. Yeah, I'm sure that wasn't the first thing you were thinking of.
Oh, no, not like DJI didn't do it the last year. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so last week we talked about sinkholes because obviously sinkholes are an important thing. And I made mention of the fact that there was a Mexican sinkhole recently that had formed. But what I didn't realize is that there was another story.
Yeah.
A drone footage recently taken of that sinkhole, which they have banned flights over this sinkhole now. But drone footage recently of that sinkhole found that the house nearby, 2 of the dogs were trapped inside the sinkhole.
No, not the muffins! No! You muffins! Are they going to be all right? Tell me they're okay. Look at them barking.
Yes.
Help me. Oh, muffins. I love dogs.
So the dogs' names are Spike and Spay, and they had fallen into the pit, and they had been there for almost 3 days along the rim on the inside of this 400-foot sinkhole.
Aww.
Rescue workers weren't able to reach the dogs initially because the ground around the hole kept collapsing. Finally, one of the firefighters decided that he was just going to risk it all, and he was able to go down and get harnesses on the dogs, and they were able to lift them back up to safety.
That is awesome. And what was the dog's name? Is Spay?
Yeah, one Spike and one Spay.
What country was this?
Mexico.
Oh, okay. Does spay mean something different in Mexican or
No idea.
Spanish? Okay, all right.
Oh, yes. And this one, Ken, is the one that I know will cheer you up because there is nothing that you love more. Nothing that you crave more in this world than FPV footage done by Johnny, FPV, and Porsche.
Ooh, boy, everybody, check this out. Johnny freaking FPV! What's he doing now? What's that man doing?
This is part of a Porsche Taken Cross Turismo commercial.
And by the way, Sean, please tell Jeff how to properly pronounce it.
Porsche.
There you go. Don't want to get the Brits mad. It's not Porsche. It's Porsche. It's Porsche. It's Porsche.
Yeah.
All right.
So this footage is from the new, I guess, promotional thing that they're doing with the Cross Turismo. This is the EV version of the car and showing off its ability to handle extreme heat or cold. And obviously, the only way you could do that is with Johnny FPV.
Heck yeah, man. Look at that. Johnny, go, Johnny. You crazy. You so crazy, Johnny. Oh, look at that. And what's the name of the car there, Jeff?
It's a Porsche.
That's it. Woo! Man, that is fantastic. Johnny freaking FPV. Man, gotta love that guy. All right.
Or down in Texas, we call those cars, oh my God, you see that?
You call them cars foreign?
Yeah, they're Porsches. It just drove by.
Here, what's the name of the city where you live, Jeff?
Magnolia.
Magnolia. In Magnolia, Texas, a Porsche is known as a not Ford. Awesome, Jeff. Well, thank you so very much for that wonderful news.
Glad you enjoyed it, sir.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
We should probably mention RemotePilot101.com. Isn't it a great place?
Great place.
It is a great place. Tell us about your place, Jason.
So, Remote Pilot 101, no one has prepared more Part 107 pilots than us. And you'll be pleased, those of you who are current customers now, you're going to be experiencing version 3 and a brand new learning management system in about 2 weeks. So the best just keeps on getting better. RemotePilot101.com. Use promo code Heron18, which, by the way, Ken, I can't brag on you enough. When we search promo codes, you know me, I'm all about our marketing and everything else. Heron18 is the most used promo code. Your people listen to you, Ken.
Yay! Thank you, people. I appreciate that. And you've been very busy updating the lessons too, because
there's not every video has gotten a facelift. There's 76 videos in there. Every single one has gotten a facelift. The course has gone from 9 hours to almost 12 hours now. There's just so much new content. We're always trying to innovate, push new content. Now with all the recurrent tests changing so much, we're like, wow, we just launched our new course. We need to fix it now. So we're back to that. I was just reviewing some of the stuff our writers sent over earlier for some of the content, and there's some more great stuff coming out here soon as well. And you take actual questions that test takers give you and kind of incorporate those in the quizzes too, right? So they're actual FAA questions. We have a ton of data on that, no doubt. So yeah, and I always share, you know this, Ken, I call them the boot camps at the end where I share, this is a question you're going to see on your knowledge test. Let's not memorize it. Let's understand the why behind it. But just to prepare them for the knowledge test. You know this though, Ken. I want you to be safe in the real world. My mission isn't just to pass a test. I want you safe when you're out there flying FPV, whatever it is, so you can be a light and be a mentor to everybody else that's out there wondering about what this new drone space is. Even though it's not that new, but to many it is so new. We have to be ambassadors to that. You're a shining star, Jason. A shining star. Awesome.